Welcome back, book lovers. In today's video, we'll dive into the fascinating world of motivation as we uncover the key insights from Daniel H. Pink's groundbreaking book, Drive. The surprising truth about what motivates us. So, grab a cup of your favorite beverage and let's get started. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Drive points out that many organizations still follow a carrot-and-stick approach, using external incentives to motivate people. It explains why this is a bad idea and introduces a more effective solution. Sparking engagement by catering to the psychology of intrinsic motivation. Daniel Pink studied linguistics and jurisprudence. He's written 7 books, including A Whole New Mind, Drive, To Sell is Human, Win, and The Power of Regret, which were all New York Times bestsellers. Between 1995 and 1997, Pink was the chief speechwriter for U.S. Vice President Al Gore. Drive by Daniel Pink. He delves into the intriguing world of motivation and what truly drives individuals to excel in their endeavors. Here's what makes this book so captivating. It offers a fresh perspective on motivation, highlighting the importance of intrinsic factors rather than external rewards, shedding light on what really motivates us. Pink draws on a wealth of research and scientific studies to support his arguments, making the book engaging and credible. The book challenges traditional notions of motivation with its thought-provoking insights and counterintuitive findings, keeping readers engaged and fascinated throughout. Who should read Drive? Psychology buffs interested in human behavior. Executives who'd like to leverage the power of intrinsic motivation. Anyone who wants to find out how to effectively motivate themselves. Now, let's dive into some real-world examples that illustrate the principles of autonomy, mastery, and purpose as outlined in Drive. Drive explores the concept of what truly motivates us beyond conventional rewards and punishments. Pink challenges the traditional belief that rewards like money are the primary drivers of motivation. Instead, he introduces a new paradigm based on 3 fundamental elements: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy in action. Autonomy is the innate desire to direct our lives and make choices that align with our values. Pink argues that giving individuals a sense of autonomy in their work leads to increased motivation, creativity, and performance. When we have control over our tasks and work environment, we are more likely to be engaged and fulfilled. Take, for example, the success of 3M's famous 15% time program, where employees are allowed to spend 15% of their work hours on projects of their choosing. This autonomy not only led to innovative products like Post-it notes, but also boosted employee morale and engagement. Mastery in practice. The story of world-renowned musician Mozart serves as a perfect example of the pursuit of mastery. Despite his natural talent, Mozart dedicated years of deliberate practice to hone his craft and achieve mastery in music composition. This commitment to continuous improvement propelled him to greatness. Mastery is the pursuit of continuous improvement and the desire to get better at something that matters to us. Pink emphasizes the importance of pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones to develop new skills and expertise. By engaging in tasks that challenge us and promote growth, we experience a sense of achievement and satisfaction. Purpose in real life. Purpose refers to the deeper meaning and significance behind our actions. When our work is connected to a larger cause or contributes to something meaningful, we are more likely to be motivated and passionate about what we do. Pink highlights the impact of purpose-driven work in fostering long-term motivation and fulfillment. Look at the impact of Tom's Shoes, a company built on a foundation of purpose. For every pair of shoes sold, Tom's donates a pair to a child in need. This clear sense of purpose has not only driven the company's success, but also inspired a deep sense of fulfillment among employees and customers alike. As you reflect on these examples, consider how you can integrate autonomy, mastery, and purpose into your own life and work. Start by identifying areas where you can increase your autonomy, pursue mastery in a skill you're passionate about, and align your actions with a sense of purpose. Here are some invaluable insights gleaned from this captivating book. I trust you will find them exceedingly beneficial. Feel free to delve deeper into its wisdom and let it inspire new perspectives and ideas in your journey. 1. Motivation 1.0 and Motivation 2.0, Basic Needs and the Stick and the Carrot. Around 50,000 years ago, man was preoccupied solely with his own survival. He was driven by Motivation 1.0. The search for food and drink, a safe place to rest at night, and the desire to reproduce and pass on his genes. Up until a few centuries ago, these basic needs were the main driving force of humanity. By no later than the age of industrialization, however, this had begun to change. Production cycles became more complex, and man started to rely increasingly on a new impetus for production. Extrinsic Motivation 2.0, which is based on the two incentives of reward and punishment by a third party, also known as the stick and the carrot. The strategy behind this is that rewards reinforce desirable behavior. With the prospect of higher wages in mind, laborers haul more coal, and modern employees are quicker to respond to emails. Punishment, by contrast, is intended to prevent undesirable behavior. Someone rebuked in front of the whole team will be late less often, and a person threatened with dismissal for stealing materials is not likely to purloin anything from the workplace. Employers who rely on extrinsic motivation work on the premise that their workers, if not driven by the consequences of the stick and the carrot, fundamentally have no enthusiasm for their work and will try to shirk any responsibility. Therefore, those in a management position must invariably direct and supervise them. Though it might be that some modern companies have relaxed the dress code or working hours for the sake of keeping their workers happy, Motivation 2.0 continues to dominate the working world. The managing parties of the majority of firms are convinced that when it comes to motivating their employees, the only important factor other than basic human needs is the use of rewards and sanctions, and they manage their workers accordingly. 2. There is another way, Motivation 3.0, intrinsic motivation in place of exterior incentives. Until 1949, it was assumed that human and animal behavior was controlled by inner drives and exterior motivations. Then professor of psychology Harry Harlow made a discovery that disproved this theory. 3. Missing the target, the stick and the carrot can have harmful consequences. In most garages, mechanics are promised a bonus if they carry out a certain number of repairs within a certain time frame. One would expect this external incentive to motivate them to provide results that satisfy their customers. Instead, the whole strategy often backfires. The mechanic's main goal is to achieve a target number of repairs and secure their reward, and so they are inclined to carry out unnecessary repairs, something which annoys their customers and damages the company as a result. The target, intended to promote efficient work, instead results in customers losing faith in the garage, despite the fact that the workers are delivering on target. 4. Extrinsic promises destroy intrinsic motivation. Children often demonstrate great dedication in striving towards small goals. They romp about with great curiosity and sample everything possible in an attempt to understand the world. It is with great pleasure that they employ their hands, mouth, eyes, and ears to learn about anything, whether observing butterflies or learning to stack cans. They are intrinsically motivated to a high degree. Over the years, however, they change. Their urge to search for challenges and novelties lessens. Little by little, they cease to further their skills themselves. So what happens to their motivation? 5. Get into the flow. The inner drive for perfection leads to passion and dedication. Basketball players want to shoot more and more hoops, computer scientists want to create increasingly intelligent programs, and photographers want to take better and better pictures. They all have the important component of Motivation 3.0 in common, the inner urge to achieve perfection. This allows them to improve in the area which is important to them, and to bring passion and commitment to the pursuit of their goal. Nevertheless, 50% of employees in the USA report feeling uncommitted to their job. They fulfill their duties but lack passion. This is because many are understretched in their work and have few opportunities for personal development. This suffocates their drive for perfection, which is important if one is to give 100% commitment. 6. The pursuit of meaningfulness, a fundamental intrinsic impetus. In old age, people begin to consider what was important in their lives and ask whether they achieved something. But what moves people during the course of their lives, and why do they act as they do? To answer this question, psychologists investigated the quest for meaning in the lives of young people. They asked graduates of the University of Rochester about their main aim in life. While some named extrinsic profit targets and wanted to become rich and famous, others specified more meaningful intrinsic goals. To develop personally and to help others, for example by working for international aid organizations. 7. My task, my time, my team. Self-determination promotes intrinsic motivation. For some years, there have been companies whose leadership rests on the self-determination of the workers. Instead of monitoring their employees and keeping them on a tight rein, they have either relaxed control or completely let go of the reins. Google, for example, relies on individual self-organization of working time, and their employees can spend 20% of their time on developing their own innovative ideas. The success of this motivation strategy speaks for itself. In these phases, the workers of Google have developed hits such as Google News and Google Mail. 8. The effective company, upgrading to 3.0. Intrinsic motivation 3.0 is no secret, and yet many businesses do not take advantage of the opportunities it offers. The motivation of workers in most companies continues to be based on extrinsic factors. To motivate them, rewards and bonuses are dangled before their noses like carrots before donkeys. The conservative management, through an if-then system of reward, generates passivity and lethargy. In closing, Drive by Daniel H. Pink offers a refreshing perspective on motivation that challenges traditional views and encourages a deeper exploration of what truly drives us. By embracing autonomy, mastery, and purpose, we can unlock our full potential and experience greater fulfillment in all aspects of our lives. Drive, the surprising truth about what motivates us, explores the topic of human motivation. Daniel argues that most people are driven by extrinsic motivation, decisions based on external rewards and punishments. The author proposes that people should replace extrinsic motivation with intrinsic motivation. Daniel shows that intrinsic motivation has to do with the innate pleasure humans derive from completing or mastering an activity. People and organizations should adopt intrinsic motivation as a challenge to improve their abilities and not simply for material reward. Daniel proposes that restructuring work and aligning jobs with intrinsic motivation, organizations will be more successful and employees will lead happier, more rewarding, and fulfilling lives. Drive offers a compelling perspective on motivation that goes beyond traditional incentives. By focusing on autonomy, mastery, and purpose, we can unleash our intrinsic motivation and achieve greater satisfaction in our personal and professional lives. So, next time you're seeking motivation, remember to tap into these core elements for lasting fulfillment. You can find the link to acquire a copy of this incredible book in the description below. Thank you for joining us today on this insightful journey through Drive by Daniel H. Pink. If you found this video valuable, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more book summaries, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, the key to unlocking your motivation lies within you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep striving for excellence. Happy reading!